Hey there, guys. It's me, Chris, with the Gigman's Life. Yeah, it's a Gigman's Life indeed. And as I said, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I'm exclusively here on YouTube. So I come up with an extra idea during any day. It goes on to that platform. And yes, this is an extra idea because, I just got myself, which, here's not the thing, but the new Stream Deck XL, 32 buttons. So I'm still working on this. A lot of this might be edited out. A lot of it might be changed.
Because it's magical.
And yes, you could see when I was hitting a button for the sound effects, and transitional buttons like this, it's my workflow. It's how I can go like this and say, yes, let's start off from having the logo, go and do the intro, go to Rumble, because that's for the Rumble and my copyright, and that's the YouTube for the copyright. And then there's my sponsor. Yes, folks, the Gigman's Life is sponsored by Me, Myself, and I. Yes, come down to Me, Myself, and I and have a great time. But, it's just, I'm having fun, and to go and just make a sponsor spot is just a placeholder for those moments of going and saying, yes, can I babble for 30 seconds? Oh, yes, I could babble for a lot longer, but just to go and make it one of those things of saying, here we go. And yes, here we go again, because this makes the video production a lot easier. I like to go and do it this way so that it's not looking like I'm having an AI edit this. I believe that if I was having people edit my videos and everything else, I'd, like to go and make sure I can be paying them. But also, it gets down to this is one of the things that I do not agree with, is a lot of people talking about the gig apps and everything else out of their car. It's not the problem of, showing people and multitasking, but they're purging drivers. And any excuse that they can use, especially if they're going to go like this, and they've done it with our buddy, our pal, DoorDash girl, because if it's any questionable of what's going on, they're going to use it to kick you off platform. That's just them. And that's the reason why I do this the way I do it, because, I'm not going to be presenting bad ideas. It's already that I can go to this and, I show you on the other video, this is me driving, but this is me driving, not trying to perform or cut my time down by double dipping, because technically you're under contract. They don't go and say the way you do it. But if something happens, now they got evidence that you're doing this shit while you're driving. So, and you put it on YouTube. So I'm not saying to take down your videos. I'm saying start to think about what you're putting up on there. And that's why I say, if you're a DoorDasher, get a body cam and have it recording. Just because that brief second or whatever it takes you to transfer the data off the body cam into a device could save you, which, she's looking at 8 years in jail. And it's possible that she can be arguing all these videos because DoorDash hasn't been knocking on everybody, because believe it or not, DoorDash is going to be paying for this. Because the lawsuit that this guy is going to have isn't going to be with her. It's going to be on DoorDash because they contracted her. And if she's been doing videos like this of, talking about the gig life and everything else, doing these TikToks, and you see everybody here, and I'm not going on TikTok. I believe that is something that just changes your brain into mush, and it's bad for our society. Doom scrolling is nothing that we should be doing. I believe it drops people's IQ way lower than it should be. And where, as I said, this person does videos from their car. This person, I never see her do a video when she's driving. This guy is stupid enough to go and post that, so it's always questionable. He does go and do more videos, and this is 3 days ago compared to 22 hours ago where he's posting videos. Everybody don't understand, this guy is just going down on people's overspending, As I said, this can be considered evidence as distracted driving. This is just still, something I do not agree with doing it, And as said, this is when they can go and say distracted driving. Another one that, you're just putting evidence out there. And, this is coming from doing security for 10 years because when you go and put down evidence and you're posting it online, it's out there forever. And something happens and you're not making that decision of saying, look, no, I am not doing videos from my car. I'm not producing anything from my car anymore. And that it's my concern for my safety and the general public safety not to be producing videos while I am driving a car and then working for these gig apps and working for the customers, because all their insurances are going to look for excuses to dump you the second that there's an accident so that they can cover themselves. And posting videos out of you doing this while you're driving is pretty much going and saying you're doing something else other than what you're supposed to do. So I'm just saying, don't snitch on yourself anymore. Stop doing these videos when you're out there driving. I will never suggest anybody doing this. And always, just always. And thank you very much for watching. Remember, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is on Rumble. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is on YouTube. And yes, I should have a new video out by 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please follow on Rumble or subscribe on YouTube to get the latest videos. Please share them with anybody that you might think that this would be relevant to. And also, just please remember, don't go and knock anybody's hustle, because we're all trying to make that money. It doesn't matter if you're a 40-hour week or the guy cleaning the windows for a couple of extra bucks. It's all about making that money, being prosperous in this society, and being useful, because the biggest thing that helps us out a lot is actually feeling productive. And I always believe that that is going to be the best thing. And for always make sure you're making that money.